Hello, everyone, and welcome to Canteen Cup. My name is Scott, and how is everybody today? As you can see on the screen, we have a new addition to the house today, a compact tractor to help us get some things done. If you look at our property, most of it is unfinished, no grass, very little driveway. The backyard needs to be taken care of. There's no grass. We have that's a tower that's hopefully going to go up this weekend. We have probably less than an acre, maybe just about an acre total cleared out of 6 acres, and we need to do a lot more if we're going to get things done on our home. So we decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and buy a tractor. For this purchase, we got the tractor, we got the front end loader, and we got a box blade, because that's what we need right now. And we didn't want to expend much more money than that. As you can see, I got a John Deere. I did consider many different brands before I finally made my choice. And I went with the John Deere for probably a number of reasons. But some of them, just to name a few, is I liked it because it's a shorter tractor than brands like Kubota. It's about a foot shorter, and it has about a 2 foot shorter turning radius. And I like that because, as you can see in my property, I have a lot of trees and a lot of woods. And so as I'm clearing, I really need a more agile tractor, and longer ones are just that much more difficult to navigate around in the woods. Another thing I liked about it is the steering linkage, as you can see, is behind the axle, whereas in others it's in front of the axle where they can get hung and possibly break. And then some people call it a flaw, but I call it a feature, and that is the fenders, instead of being sheet metal, they're plastic. And someone says, well, I'd prefer sheet metal, and that's okay until you hang one up on a tree or something, and it folds under. Then you can't unfold it. With these, they'll just unbend. So that the John Deere dealer here is probably the biggest dealer. They've been here for 20 plus years, so I'm not worried about parts and service. What we're looking at now is a part of my driveway, and something I'm going to work on today is to smooth that out and then take some of that rock and put it in there using the front end loader. We had a couple deliveries over the past couple days, and one of our delivery drivers actually got stuck in our driveway, so that kind of also prompted me to go ahead and start working on this stuff. But anyhow, that's it. This is the model 3025. It's a 25 horsepower tractor. I don't think I'll need much more than that. I don't have a lot of acreage, and most of it's fairly level. I did get a quick detach 3-point hitch, which the guy threw in for free, so to speak. I do have a drawbar that comes with this. It's a nice little tractor. It's got a Yanmar diesel. Yanmar's been making diesels since the turn of the last century. But here's what it is, a 3025. It's not a subcompact, but it's a compact tractor. I had originally thought about getting a subcompact tractor, one of those little ones, but then realized that they are somewhat limited in capacity. For example, this is a 5-foot box blade. If I had gotten a subcompact, it would have to be a 4-foot box blade. And, you know, out here in this part of the world, there's probably a lot more 5-foot implements available than 4-foot. And so that being said, the used market may do better for me. Anyhow, I'll check in later. Just wanted to show off, not show off, but show our new toy. And I wanted to talk about homesteading. You know, when people talk about, you know, moving into a raw piece of land, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, and in some cases it takes machinery. And you need to consider that when you're adding your cost of the land. Yeah, the land may be cheap, but by the time you get done improving it, it may not be so cheap. And so sometimes it is better to buy a piece of property that has already been improved. We started with a pretty raw piece of land. About the only thing it had on it was a septic tank. And it's just a constant, I won't say struggle, but it's a constant thing. It's not something that you're going to, you know, not get away from. Like right now, we decided for the tractor because we have tractor work we have to do. And every time you hire somebody, it's a couple $100. And really, at this stage of the game, since we're improving our property, you know, we don't want to do everything in like one fell swoop. We want to do a little, then stop and see how it looks, and then decide what we want to do next. Whereas if we have to hire somebody, they would come in and kind of do everything all at once, and then we go, oops. You know, that may not have been a good idea. So there's a couple reasons. That, and you know, whenever you hire somebody, every time they come out, they're going to charge you travel time. You know, either they're going to include it in the price of the total job, or they'll book it out separately, like $100 to get to your property, then X amount of dollars to do what you asked us to do. So I think in the long run, over a period of years, not months, that this thing will pay for itself. Plus, it'll allow us to work on our schedule, not somebody else's. So that's all I got for today, and I'll post some more later. Like I said, right now I'm going to get on it and get a little dirty. So we'll talk to you later. Stay safe and stay secure. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I just had about an hour or so to kind of indoctrinate myself with my new tractor, and I like it. I like it. One of the things I did is I had a mud hole here, which we get out of the way there. It got an Amazon driver stuck, and so I've taken some gravel from there and put it on there, and then I used the box scraper and the front loader to kind of level it out a little bit. I know I'm going to have to add some more, but boy, if I had to do that by hand with a shovel, I'd have been there a long time. So, you know, that took me, you know, 30 minutes or so. And so, you know, looking at some of the things that we are doing. Another thing I did, excuse me, I don't have my little selfie stick here, so I've been holding it by hand. I just wanted to give a quick little shot here. And one of the things I had in front of my LP tank was this big pile of kind of dirt and rocks and stuff. And so I had... All right, I'm back again. That was a phone call, some robocaller person wanting to sell me something or support something. But anyhow, like I was saying, I had a pretty good sized pile of rock and dirt there, and I backed my tractor up with the box scraper, and in about 2 minutes it went whoosh and it was done. And then I loaded it up into my front loader and put it back on my big dirt pile back here. And so, you know, that was a lot of fun. And then you see my tower project, and hopefully this weekend I'll get that standing up in the air. But one of the things I had to do is when I made the form for the concrete, on one side I had to put a piece of plywood down and put some dirt on top of it because the hole was a little bit bigger than the form. And rather than make a bigger form and add more concrete, I just kind of covered it over anyhow. So I kind of went in here a little bit, and let's see if I can get this. There you go. You know, I scraped the dirt off. That took about 2 minutes. It's a lot less shoveling I have to do. So all in all, I'm real pleased with the tractor. It just hums along. Again, I did not get a bigger tractor. Mine's a 25 horse, and I don't think I need any more than that for where I am. I think I've got 6 acres, and one of the things I like about the John Deere is that sharp turning radius. That's working out really well. The tractor's real comfortable, and so I really like it. I'm gonna get a lot of good use out of it. I can tell there's just a lot of stuff you have to do when you go onto raw land, especially if you want to try to turn it into something to where you can, be productive with it. Have a garden, have an orchard, have nut trees or change. I mean, it's okay to have a jungle, but if you're trying to prepare and you're trying to, have a garden, have to support yourself, it takes a lot of work. Now, where I am here in Georgia, pretty much I have a 1/2 inch of topsoil, and the rest of it's Georgia red clay. And so, really, what that means is, as I clear a spot, then I'll have to go back and till the land, buy organic, topsoil, horse manure, cow manure, buy it, get it, whatever, and then till that in to start making a garden. A lot of people are under the false impression that you can, cut the trees down, till the land, and have a garden. Well, that's not true. Different plants, different trees take different sorts of soil or mineral, and just because the pine trees grow here doesn't mean your tomatoes will grow here, because they won't. Pine trees and tomatoes don't get along. So, as I create garden space or orchard space, I'm going to have to modify the soil to allow the things I want to grow. So it's a lot of doing. And again, for you guys that are really thinking about buying a vacant piece of land and moving on it and thinking you're going to be good to go in a year, it's tough, especially if you're still working like I am. So plan for it. Clearing is not easy. Even if you have a guy come in with a bulldozer, he'll clear only so much for so much dollars, and then you still have to chainsaw, stump grind, pull stumps. Just a lot goes into it. I was not originally going to buy a tractor this early on in my process. I was hoping to wait a little while, but as things built up, my driveway got real muddy, so people had trouble getting in and out. And I needed to move dirt, and I need to clear, and I need to level. I need to put a whole lot more gravel down than what I just did. That's just to kind of stabilize it a little bit. And then once that gets kind of packed in, I'll add some more on top of that until I can get a nice layer. But that'll take a while. And if I had to do that by hand, a shovelful at a time, that would be murder. I don't have the back for that. So when you're considering these things, consider, how are you going to clear the land? How are you going to get it ready for your garden? How are you going to get it ready for animals? How are you going to, what are you going to do? Having a bunch of acreage and not doing anything with it is not being prepared. I made the first step, and I came out of the big city and moved to the country. But now that I'm here, it doesn't mean my job is done. I have a lot more work I have to do. So, anyhow, just checking in and letting you know that my little tractor's doing well. I like it a lot. I think I made a good choice. So, stay safe and stay secure. We'll see you out there.